Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. It's listen, no, it's the Premium Pete Show.
Boy, lift it up, let's make a toaster. Let's get drunk, it's gonna bring us closer. Don't I look like a Holly Berry poster? See the Belvedere playing tricks on ya.
Cheer.
Girlfriend wanna be like me, never. You won't find a bitch that's even better. I make it hot as law as big as weather. Listen up close while I take it backwards. I'm not a prostitute, but I can give you what you want. You love my brains and my mouth full of funk. You love the way the ass go dunk dunk dunk. Keep your eyes on my dunk dunk dunk,
Cheer.
and think you can handle this dunk dunk dunk.
Yeah.
Take my thong off and my tail go boo.
Okay.
Cut the lights off so you see what I can do. Is it worth it? Let me worth it. Put the thing down, flip it and reverse it. Flip it. If you got a big dick, you not Pete, yo, cause you know he ain't got that heat, though.
Listen, I already told you. First
You
of all,
got that baby remote.
Shouts to Missy Elliott, but I already told you. Yo, you know what would be dope if Missy Elliott was as attractive as her music.
What?
Nah, I always respect
She
Missy.
the first ooh.
Nah, well.
No, matter of fact, the brat. But she a ooh. She wasn't trying to appeal to you.
When Missy pull her pants down, her labia so long, you could tie it around your head like a chin strap.
First of all, there are men that think Missy is hot, but Missy wasn't out for the lady. She was for the ladies, not the men.
I'm saying I was always attracted to her music. I just wish that I was I felt like I wish I was attracted to her too at the same time. But,
Even when she dropped the weight?
no, it's not about fatness. I'll fuck a fat chick with the quickness.
Well, it's the fact that her energy wasn't too, like she had the same
It's just that she wasn't fucking with dicks.
Yeah, she was fucking with Sierra and that.
Okay.
She liked the kitty cat.
Ain't
Anytime
nothing wrong.
you see Missy running around with a singer, that's bae. Tweet. And then once she ended the career is when the relationship is over. She put them right back with it. Like she like Stevie J. They go right back to the strip club.
Shouts to Missy Elliott, man.
I love
She
Missy.
sends them back to retail.
Yes.
She's an icon for sure.
Yes, she
But listen,
is.
internets, welcome back to another episode of the Premium P Show with Miss Listen Knows.
Ow.
We here. I love the last episode, debatable, topical. Andrew fucking Crazy Schultz. He brought his Indian friend. I don't know, remember his full name. Akashi Singh.
Akash Singh.
Some shit. It was dope. You know, people have their mixed reviews on Andrew. But you know he's a heartfelt, weird motherfucker.
That had to be one of the wildest body odor episodes ever.
No, really.
A white dude and an Indian dude.
Well, two white dudes.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Two white. What, the Indian dude was a white dude?
Pete.
Oh, Pete is not an official white dude.
Pete is starting to claim white. He's jumping ship. He's
How
gotta
is
be
that?
he's
honest
trying to
with you.
make America great again.
I've only really fucked with Pete simply because he doesn't smell like you know how white people have that
They got that odor.
innate where you open up a package of bologna.
It's always like
knock
marinated dog. Like just like
knock worse. Like you ever smelled knock worse?
it's definitely the worst.
Yeah. Like Limburger or something like that. Pete,
Especially yeah.
Pete
the
didn't
sweaty
smell
one.
like that. Not that I was smelling him, but I mean, he
Yeah.
didn't.
You would
Smell
know
me?
because the room always still smells
He didn't
like
secrete
it
that.
when they leave.
So I appreciated that about Pete. He wasn't really, really white.
Well, he's starting to let that odor seep through. It's coming.
How is
It's
that-
coming
how-
out.
Trump.
Like
Trump.
3 episodes
Blame it on
ago,
Trump.
I'm telling you, when Charlemagne was here, he went from I'm not white, I'm Italian, and then we started talking about white people. He started defending. That white started coming out. He went right to the front of the bus.
It
He was
always
like,
happens,
"Excuse
don't
me
it?
while I get to the front."
It always
Y'all
happens.
niggas is talking crazy right now. I was like, "Oh shit, Pete is Peter."
No, I was sticking up for the just people in general, man.
But this is going to be a great episode because we had Andrew and we already had him on. And then this week we have 2 returning guests
Yes, the return of Dallas Penn
and the bad
return
guy.
of Taxstone. Tax, what up, bud? He's eating fruit
He's
snacks.
eating fruit snacks. And I thought he was on his
shaking, beloved.
juicing.
Listen, there's
Don't know
juice.
about juicing.
There's fruits in fruit snacks.
Why you can't juice and eat fruit snacks?
Right.
I guess what are you like balancing it out? Like, because aren't you on your health kick?
Yeah, but I ain't on no completely healthy shit.
Okay.
I don't even use condoms.
Wait, that's because you're in love with one girl, right?
What?
No. You don't use
I'm in
condoms.
love with pussy.
You have to
me
be
too.
safe out there. Be
Tax,
safe
explain
though.
the,
You gotta
explain
be
the
safe
science,
though.
please, of condoms.
You gotta be safe.
The science of condoms is, and why you think they named the brand Trojan? That shit puts little shit inside of you.
What?
Exactly.
The Trojan.
What do you mean? What do you mean
the
by
shit
that?
they used to butter that condom up?
Like that minoxidil 9 shit?
Yeah, that is the shit that's giving a lot of niggas AIDS.
Really?
What?
Real talk. That's why they. You know the story of the Trojan horse?
Yes.
Trojan horse was like a gift. Like, oh, yo, we're going to give you this shit. And then at night, shit came out of the Trojan horse and fucking killed everybody.
I think you too woke. I thought the Trojan signified the little warriors that you have spouting out of you, and it's going to
No.
help contain
That's
that.
what they want you to think.
Okay.
This bitch the other day, she gonna tell me, Tax, you don't know how to spell. I said, bitch, the white man made these words. I ain't supposed to know how to spell, bitch. What is wrong with you? I'm supposed to be spelling this shit correctly?
You got to spell it like you hear it.
Yeah, right off the bat, Dallas Penn, for those that know, went through, had diabetic. There was a while where we shouted you out, DP, on the episode, saying we send prayers because you almost lost your foot.
Right.
Turn around, you slim as a motherfucker now.
You looking good.
You went from a 3XL to a fucking medium. You know, you looking great. But
Are you juicing?
I am juicing. I was just gonna ask Tax, like when you juice, what do you got a secret juice blend that you go to?
For a diabetic,
I got my
particularly.
specific things that I like. You know what I mean?
I know you
I don't
fucks
never
with
go there
ginger.
and just be like, give me
B13.
the green monster. They always got names for shit like
Yeah.
the green
The
jungle. Like,
Incredible Hulk.
I don't want that dumb shit.
I like
me?
beets.
Right. Ginger.
If I'm going green, I like to do a lot of dark green. So I'll do spinach,
Yes.
collard greens, and kale.
Dig it.
Cucumber, ginger, and lemon to be the only thing that's not.
No green apple to just sweeten
Yeah,
it.
like-
Oh
to
yeah,
smooth it
I
out.
put green apple also. Pardon me.
That
That's
was
it. One fruit.
that was it right there. That was
One
it right
fruit.
there. That was
That's
it
it.
right there.
You don't like your shit too fruity?
Always one fruit. You know why? People think that they think eating 6 fruits is like you actually defeating the purpose because all those shits are sugars, different
Yes.
types of sugars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if you got fucking 6 fruits mixed up in some shit, that wasn't nothing healthy.
Right, you might as well just drink some juice.
All you did was drink a liquid, so it's just gonna come out different, and you might not be constipated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just sugared yourself up. Yeah.
You sugared yourself up. So you try to put 1 fruit just to give it a little taste. You know what I mean? 2 the most. If you want people that just can't take vegetables, but I advise me personally, I could do 1 fruit or no fruit.
I do like juicing as well. And I like the wheatgrass shots.
Wheatgrass
Those are
shots
good.
is good.
I do that with like a lemon wedge or a pineapple because it's kind of bitter. Juicing is good though.
What about back shots?
You tell me about that.
No, I mean, I don't do that.
No. Why we gotta digress?
I'm
to that?
sorry. I'm sorry. No,
He's not used to educated or elevated conversation, so he reverts back to what he knows, which is preschool, and then
I tell you.
that's just hello.
honestly,
what it is.
Honestly, when we talk about juicing, we talk about being healthy. And Tax, I feel like you led the way for that for a lot of people, especially in this podcast industry. I will say this. I grew up in a town, you from Brooklyn. You know, Dallas spent a lot of times in Brooklyn.
I'm from Queens. Man.
Queens. No, but spent a lot of time in Brooklyn.
Okay.
But here's what I'm saying. We grew up in an era, in a time, and I'm sure Ms. Lissa could attest to this, where like people, I'm not saying people would say something if we were different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not saying we would pay attention to them, but I'm saying 20 years ago, you started walking around talking about you having spinach and collard greens, everybody, what the fuck's the matter with this dude? I used to tell people, like, when I was growing up, and the kids I hung around, we were making money selling drugs. We didn't speak about home ownership, building your credit up. If I was talking like that, they would probably think, they would say, like, get this kid out. What are you fucking worried about, you know? Isn't that amazing that today people could applaud you for shit that people would abuse you before? I'm gonna give you one more thought. Even being gay, people kiss each other on the streets. Back in the day, people used to scream at each other for that. Fuck you doing over there? Get the fuck out of here. Now it's so normal.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story, Pete.
Okay.
And that's how I know you kind of grew up white. No disrespect.
Okay.
But growing up black, like if you was gay, or if you was retarded, or if you had a fucking
Not retarded.
thyroid condition, then you was just the nigga around the way with fucking, like I remember Bubble Eye James. He had a thyroid condition. We didn't understand that, but he had bubbled eyes. So we called him Bubble Eye James. And it was fucking gay Frank. And he was faggy Frank. We all still played fucking tag. We all still played fucking manhunt or whatever. But you was whatever your affliction was. Didn't mean we didn't fuck with you. Didn't mean we ostracized you. You know, you just got called, retard Ronnie. And he probably wasn't even really retarded. He didn't like have downs or nothing. He was just a little slow.
Right.
Yo, these names make for an amazing VH1 show, man.
But again, in the black community, you don't throw nobody out because
Not throw, but people question.
We saying what y'all do. We don't do
I
it.
just did a Vlad interview
Okay.
where I ended it and I was talking about, he was like, yo, you in the industry. I said, I got mad gay friends. So he was like, you have gay friends? Like, he was shocked. I was like, yeah. I said, like 20 of them niggas, like maybe more. I said, I'm in the industry. You know, before I had one gay friend. I grew up with a kid we used to call Gay Corey. And to this day, I don't know if we forced gay on him or he was really gay. Or,
he was already gay, bro.
yeah,
He was
you know
already
what it
gay.
was? He always had feminine ways about him, but you know when you young, we was all fucking these girls together.
Right.
We was running trains. He was eating the pussy. Like, he was popping that off from jump. That's what always make me think the niggas that was wild freaks from young be turning different when they get older, because this nigga was eating pussy
There was
when
no
we was 12.
signs like Gay Corey wouldn't just.
We wasn't eating pussy at 12. That wasn't lit.
Gay Corey wouldn't just watch other niggas beat and then.
No. He was fucking like,
Oh, okay.
he was fucking bitches on his own time. You know what I mean? But the thing was that I said the shit in the interview, and then my homegirl was looking at the comments. She's like, yo, look at them. They killing you because you said you hang with gay people. I said, half them niggas is fucking bus drivers who dead pussy. Like, I don't give a fuck about what these niggas say.
Yeah.
These niggas really scared of gay people. Like homophobia is some real shit. Like, a nigga like think like, yo, you was in a room with somebody gay. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do?
Right.
What is that gonna do to you, nigga? You really, I had to really sit there and think about that one day. Like, am I scared of gay people? Like, are gay people out here biting people? Like, are they out here stabbing people at night? I had to
Zombies
think
and
about
shit.
that shit. Them niggas ain't do nothing to nobody.
But did you feel like? I mean, I felt like growing up, there was never no problem.
No, well, you know what it was is that I wasn't from a neighborhood where we was used to being around gay people, so it was like a standoffish thing. The same way it was with white people for a long time in my life. Like, I didn't understand white people or never really been in contact with them, so if you scared of what you don't understand. So when you meet somebody, it's like racism. You know, you a motherfucker be racist. You meet a black motherfucker, nigga be cool, and then he say some shit like, "Oh, yo, man, is any more like you?" Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know a cool black guy, you know what I mean? Because his idea of black people is that niggas ain't cool.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? When you meet a motherfucker, and that's what happened, you meet more gay people, and I'm like, this motherfucker funny as a motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? And then you just get out of it. I'm watching all the people. I'm like, this shit is crazy how much people are homophobic.
Do you think they should eliminate that in like the sports too? Like that gay football player, he kind of got like ostracized because of that as well. Do you feel like it should be more free like that, or should that be more as don't ask, don't tell?
Don't ask, don't tell shit. Because first of all, it ain't nobody business.
Right.
See, because I don't care who nobody having sex with. Like, I don't think about who Pete having sex with. So that's why. That's why I'm like, why would I care about who this dude having sex with if it was a man, pit bull, woman,
right?
Or, you know what I mean? As long as it ain't no kids and no shit, I'm
right.
cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck who you having sex with.
And if you think about it, even somebody like Kid Fury, who's gay, he championed you to get a podcast.
That's a fact.
Like,
P, how you know Kid Fury's gay?
I mean,
how you know that?
He said it, right?
P, how you know that? P, how you know that?
Yo, how you know that, Pete? Right, motherfucker, gotta figure it out. No, that's a fact. And I always tell people that I'd be like, Kid Fury, the one who championed for me to start my podcast and told Chris about me. You know what I mean? That's because my homegirl manages him. But I never looked at him on no, like, you know what I mean? Like he gay. Like, she just like, yo, I got this person, Kid Fury. He does this podcast. I heard it. I heard from his voice. I'm like, motherfucker must be gay. I don't know no straight dudes that sound like this. And he was funny.
Yeah.
So I heard this shit a couple times. I'm like, this motherfucker's hilarious. You know what I mean? And then I end up meeting him. Went to one of his shows. I'm like, this motherfucker out here selling shows out. Fucking 1,000 people and shit.
Screaming when he comes out.
Yeah, like, this nigga's a rock star.
Yeah.
And he like, yo, you should do a podcast. I'm like, all right. Whatever you say, nigga, you look like you doing all right.
Right.
So, and that's where it went from. But I really don't understand that shit, my nigga. That's why I be thinking. I be like, yo, my nigga, do you niggas have sex with everybody around you? Because y'all be afraid. Like, I ain't afraid of nigga gay. What the fuck he gonna do to me?
Right.
Like, what is he gonna do? Like, but it's really an issue in the neighborhood where niggas really be like, yo, that nigga gay. Like, let me stay over here.
See, I felt like in the neighborhood it was like, yo, if you was whatever, that's what you was. When Thanksgiving came around, everybody had a plate. But if you was afflicted with some shit, you might have had to sit at the fucked up table. you know that fucked up card table that came
seat
out.
at the table.
Right. But no, everybody had a seat. You just might have been, you couldn't be at the big table until you got your shit together. The kleptomaniacs couldn't be at the big table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you had an affliction.
Table.
Yeah, you had to sit at that little fucking fucked up little kid table.
Little short table.
Yeah, and until you got your shit together, then you could come to the big table, but you was still in the house. You still got a plate. You were still part of the family, part of the community. I just feel like when people say blacks are inherently homophobic, I always push back on that simply because
it ain't. Hell no, it ain't blacks.
Right. For our history, we couldn't afford to throw nobody off the ship. You know what I mean? We had to make sure we got to the shore before we talked any kind of shit.
But it ain't even black people. That shit comes from white people mostly. And if you think about the European culture has a lot of gay people. And the white people that's over here are Europeans that just came over here. You understand? So they all follow Catholics and Christianity and that. And then you go into the Vatican and there ain't nothing but naked little boy statues.
Yeah.
Hugging each other and caressing each other.
Poor St. Anthony.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm just calling it like I see it. But what I'm saying is that these are the same dudes that's like got these real homophobic laws and things in they state, and then they pop out some wild freak nigga.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh shit, this nigga fucked Timmy. You know what I mean? Like, but real shit, like, that's why I don't pay that shit no mind. I don't give a. I be like, nigga, you too combative. It be niggas that be like. Recently, I had a girl on Twitter. She said, "Oh, you didn't know the big thing about Taxstone being gay on Twitter? It was a big thing." This is what this bitch said. I said, "What the fuck?" So I retweeted it. I was like, "Word." So she said, "Don't say word. You're gay." I said, "That's a fact." On top of the tweet, that's a fact. She said, "Don't try to fucking agree with me." I said, "Oh shit, bitch is crazy." But then I go through her tweets and she going in on somebody because they was bashing gays. I said, "So wait up, you tried to use a rumor about me being gay on me to be gay.
Tried to gaslight you. Tried to gaslight you
because I knew that's what you was doing. I agreed with you, and then you got mad." Because you want to bash gays. You telling the bit. This is what she said. Her tweet said, "Yeah, y'all better watch out for him out there because he's gay and Lord knows what's going on." I'm like, what the fuck? Like if a nigga was gay, what else is going on? The nigga's fucking men. Like, and Lord knows what's going on. I like they create this spook around being gay and all that. I'm like, yo, if I was gay, I'd be king gay nigga of the world. Like, you getting awards right now for being gay, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Yo, that's
I'm not
facts.
afraid of people.
That's facts.
I could never hide what I am to you.
How do you like
gotta
all
do
of
that.
you guys? How do you guys not allow like the people on Twitter and like because you all engage those people? How do you do it without it like getting on your nerves or making you feel some kind of way about yourself?
It never gets on my nerves.
You always have motherfucking time.
I act up and people be thinking, like, I think the way they read my tweets, they'll be thinking, this nigga's mad. Nigga, I be laughing all day. I don't even take none of that shit serious. It's so easy to me. I could have a whole entire group. I done had 3 different groups of people attacking me at once.
You like that. You
Feminists,
thrive
white
off
people.
that.
I love it.
That's crazy.
So a lot of the
love
times
it.
you're just tweeting things
I
because
get
you want to
mad
get a rile
on
out of
purpose,
people.
yes.
Exactly.
I do it on purpose, and I love it because
Listen,
it works every time.
And you became great at it.
I know one thing for sure. I turn on Twitter any time of the day, and then boom, right in my timeline, which Tax must have done something to my phone. Because one of his tweets comes up immediately.
Me too. Like, in case you missed it.
It could be 5 in the morning.
Yep.
Change
I
your
missed
drawers,
it.
beloved. It could be afternoon, whatever it is.
I like
and I'm
doing
like,
that shit, yo.
Do you ever
see how
second guess
weak-minded
tweets?
people are? Where they take things all the way. Yo, people take my tweets home.
Yeah.
Like, they take them home. They dwell on them.
Yeah.
They're angry 5 days later about them. And it's the most funniest shit
that
to
is
me.
fun. That's fun to give somebody a gift.
Yo.
Let them, like, I know someone's going to take this to heart. They're going to hold it.
They
It's
gonna hold this.
ruminate in their mind. They're going to be. They're not going to bathe for a few days. They're not
It's
going
like
to eat right.
It's an amusement park for me.
He's giving parting gifts. Yo, today you wrote that you think it's time to give Kanye away to the white people. On Twitter, you wrote
They
that.
already got him.
Yeah. Well, you know why I said that? A lot of people thought it was just because he was with Trump. It wasn't just because he was with Trump. He already said that he would have voted for Trump. You understand? He was already written off from that statement, right? But what did it for me was, nigga, you just came out the hospital after you wigged on your friends. You went and got a blonde haircut, and the first thing you go do is go see Donald Trump. Now, what made it even more great for me is that I'm like, what president-elect, right, is going to go see some retarded nigga that just came out the hospital? You dig what I'm saying?
It's going to fuck with a crazy nigga.
They not doing that. They not even getting that close to that type of behavior.
Right.
You understand? So that was another thing that I looked at and said, this is some wild fly shit right here. You know what I mean? Donald Trump really got up with Kanye retarded ass West. After he gets out the hospital, the nigga go gets a blonde hairdo,
Right.
which I don't think nothing wrong with the nigga at all.
I don't think anything's wrong. I've been saying that. He's a
He had to do what
Kardashian.
he had to do because he would have got the shit sued out of him.
He was getting that
for
negative
insurance
backlash and
possible.
shit.
Oh yeah, for canceling the tour.
Yeah, for
nah,
insurance
I
purposes.
think he needed a break. I think you know you go wild out and fuck around with cocaine, but for so hard body, before you have to take a break.
And I think those Kardashians really do things to your brain. Like, every man in their life is just fucked up. Like, from
Niggas
Reggie
cannot
Bush
survive that
to
battle.
the guy that was on crack and the Lord
Lamar
be with you. Like, all of them, they all fucked up. Like, Bruce Lynn Jenner, like, all of them are fucked up. Like, there's nobody that's, like, fucked with them that's good. Like, even Kris Jenner's new boo, Corey, he went from being what looked like a stable black man to a gay man. Like, he's, like, wearing lip gloss and his pants is tighter. He has a Birkin. Like, they really changed you. Like, so...
You got to think about it. Think about how much cosmetics Kylie might have laying around. You never know what you're going to pick up. You know what I mean? So... You know, God bless all the men that dealt with the Kardashians out there.
So we gotta pray for Tiger then.
It takes a lot, man. I'm gonna forget. Tiger needs to worry about himself, man. Hey, listen.
Tiger is still putting the lime in the
21
coconut
Savage.
and mixing it all up. Let's not forget he said that.
21 Savage is coming for his ass, man.
Who?
You like 21 Savage?
There's too many
I love
savages. There's a 21, there's a
Savage.
22. There's too many savages.
I love 21 Savage, man.
Yeah. What do you like about him?
I like that he be shooting people and shit.
Define him more. What do you like about the kid? Is that the only thing you like
Nothing
about
else.
him? No.
That's it.
You're too
You like his
violent.
music? You like his music?
Nah, I love his music. I like the content of the music. Like, you know, like with that No Heart record, when I heard that shit, and he said, "What's all that Instagram shit you be talking about?" Sorry, Savage, I was just playing. That shit was just like, it felt like I heard that line so many times. You know what I mean? It was so relatable. I was like, wow, I love this kid.
Yeah, I like that. You know, obviously you're older than these kids. Even like a designer, even like you know, Casanova, even like a 21 Savage. These kids are young. You know, I mean, I don't know how old Casanova is, but is he young?
Yeah.
Okay.
Younger than me.
But what I'm saying is, you're not become like a young old head already. You know what I mean? You could easily become that in this industry, where you know you close your ears and you're like, There's a lot of people. Keep in mind, the record companies have people that's been in the business for years, so their ears are not trained for these new people. So if they don't bring in new blood, how do you expect the next level of music to ever, you know, move on over? So I like that, you know, you've kept your mind open and supported these people, but at the same time, besides getting certain people signed, you know, would you consider like Manola Rose, right? What do you do that for? Like, meaning like when Designer came out, you pushed this shit. You didn't get nothing out of it.
My whole thing on social media, like how most people started seeing me, was because I was upset with New York City radio, and it was because I was traveling, and everywhere I went, I was hearing the people from those towns on the radio.
Right.
And I said, I ain't never heard no nigga from New York on the radio in years. Like, I was really confused. So when I came back, I was like so appalled. I'm like, wait up. What the fuck are you niggas doing? Like, how we ain't supposed to be listening to none of this shit. We not supposed to be listening to Flex. We not supposed to be listening to Hot 97 Morning Show. They not supporting nobody in the city.
Right.
You understand? So when they decided to to start trying to, it wasn't good enough because it was on their agenda. It wasn't what the city wanted. You know what I mean? Like, just like the reason people started really watching me was because of Bobby Shmurda. And I went so hard for Hot Nigga and Shmoney Dance because this is what we was fucking with in the spots. I didn't understand how these niggas wasn't playing this.
Yeah. Right.
I said, this is what we fucking with. Brooklyn got the most fucking people in New York City. You understand? If Brooklyn is fucking with something, it moves through the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember one day I said some shit where they was like, well, this kid Designer sounds like an Atlanta rapper and we don't care. I said, but guess what? Brooklyn fuck with it, so it's gonna go.
And the kid,
You already lost.
how many times platinum that shit?
And they didn't understand it yet. They didn't understand it yet. It took them 3 more months to figure it out. The borough was already with it. You lost.
Yeah.
We win. That's how it goes. If Brooklyn decides to like a record, it's going. You understand? Young M.A. record wouldn't have went where it went if Brooklyn didn't say, this us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Brooklyn said this us.
Do you
And
feel
it
like we
goes
would
across
still
the
have
world.
had Young M.A. if Bobby Shmurda was not in jail? Because she kind of like jumped on that wave and kind of had the same feel.
It was that feel, but nah, I think it's still a good record. It's not. It's a fucking freestyle, damn it. It's not. It don't even got a hook. You know what I mean? It's just, ooh, it's one of them joints
That's
where
a
it's just a
fact.
feeling. And you know, Young M.A. was already rapping. She was
Right.
already on mad shit. You know what I mean? Yo, they just put out the commercial for that MTV hip hop list shit. And they show like Young M.A. number 10. And I didn't choose her, but I didn't know that they can get shows again. You understand? I didn't know that it was like, can she get number 10 or this person number 10? And then you say no, and then it ain't no, they can't come back up.
Oh, like she can't
So
get.
I'm trying
you
to
wanna
put
make
her
her like,
higher.
yeah.
And they like, oh no, it's over. She going. I'm like, nah, nigga, take my shit back. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Take my shit back.
Now,
But
when does that come out? That comes out this week?
Friday.
Okay, Friday. So it comes out tomorrow.
That's hottest rappers.
yeah, it's the hottest rappers, and it's, you know, to let it be, it's not based on rap. Of course it ain't.
Okay.
It's based on what you did through the year, your impact through the year, as far as endorsements, media, motherfucking social media,
Branding.
you know, branding, sales.
Then I mean,
awards.
then it's
full
still
package.
it's still incredible to have Young M.A. on that list at all.
Exactly, because
You know what I mean?
all she had was one single. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right. But she was buzzed up. She was buzzed up
Nah,
before
lit.
that single hit.
Yeah.
But,
she had a lot of freestyles and shit on Facebook and shit like that.
She killed that cypher on BET too. She did a really good
she
job.
can rap.
No, she
You know what I
can
mean? And
definitely can
and she from Brooklyn. Listen, I'm going to support anything from Brooklyn if they being positive and they not being hateful. See, it's a lot of dudes that people will hit me and they be like, yo, Tax, why you not supporting this nigga? He from Brooklyn, or why you not supporting this nigga? And I might like the nigga record, but I won't support him because I see him hating on other people that's from the borough when he ain't got to do that. Niggas be thinking that they got to have issues with people in order to be seen. And it's like, yo, you ain't even got to do that. We all in this together. Nigga, I don't even know if you understood how hard it was to shift the game back for them to even look at Brooklyn niggas again to rap. You understand? When they was just aiming in Atlanta. It's about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Brooklyn niggas, New York niggas that could say I helped them get on. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you see that the game is shifting once again. Like, it's still going to be down there, down south. Because even when you say Atlanta, it ain't just Atlanta. Atlanta, it's that whole down south.
Well, Atlanta's
You
a
can't-
hub. Atlanta's
New
a
York
hub,
is
yeah.
New York, right? New York is one state. It ain't New York against no Atlanta, it's New York against everybody else and then California. You understand? Everybody's the South.
Right.
Everybody's the South. Even if you upstate, Midwest, somewhere up there, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
You going through Atlanta to blow. But I was gonna say too, the game has changed in that rappers. There's so many different lanes for rappers now. This time. Every year we be talking about, man, what was the best rap beef of the year? And this year now we talking about what was the best podcast beef.
Word, right?
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that because you say people. I always say people need to be more collaborative, not competitive, because people compete with people that probably ain't even competing with anybody. You know, and it's funny you bring up the MTV list because B Dot was on the panel, right, from Rap Radar. Now I know, you know, we had Elliot and B Dot on the show before, and he explained that Elliot just explained that he's competitive. But one of the funny things I've seen is, you know, that thing that goes around the picture where it says, "Tell me what I do for a living," And Elliot put that up, and you retweeted it and wrote, hate on other podcasters.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was hysterical to me. Only because, for people who don't know that, like, when he thought that you got Jay-Z, he went a little upset. But he did explain himself on my podcast, explaining how he's friends with him, and he already told him, yo, I'm going to do it. And then that conversation fell back.
Don't nobody care about all that shit.
Yeah.
I never cared when he did it. I always thought he was capable of that. I never thought nothing else of the nigga. So that's why when he did it, I was like, oh shit, I was right.
Yeah.
I was right. This is the type of nigga this nigga was. You know what I mean? He was trying to get on my show. He in my DM right now. I show you the DMs, about at least 15 DMs. I don't even answer them shits. He be like, yo, when could I come on? I don't answer the nigga. But it was never because, you know what I mean, that I just knew what type of person he was. I could read certain light-skinned eyes. He had them light-skinned eyes, them evil, light-skinned, selfish eyes.
Like Red and 5 Heartbeats.
Red and 5 Heartbeats.
Hello.
Exactly. You got it. You got it, Nubian. So I knew what it was. So I was like, I'm staying away from that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew what it was. And then I know what type of person I am. If you play with me, I'm going to slap fire out you. So I said, I'm not going to put myself in a position to have to slap that man because I like what he's done in the game and the industry and shit like that. And I do respect it. You know what I mean? But the nigga's corny. Yeah. So it's like, his podcast is corny. And when you really think about it, you know what I mean? He get good guests and shit like that, but his shit is whack. See, like, it's like if he do, like, say, like, if he did a Rap Radar live or some shit, he couldn't just do a Rap Radar live with him and B-Dot. You know what I mean? He would have to have a guest. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I could do tax season by myself. I could go up on stage and do my show by myself with no guests. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. He don't have personality. So the things that he get is because he's been in the industry for so long. I'm a nigga that just walked off the curb. So for people to even have me in conversation with him and other journalists, I'd be like, oh shit, then it's kind of fly. Because I thought this nigga was somebody. But evidently he can't really be nobody for a nigga that's from the dirt to just walk up and start doing shit better than you doing it and moving faster than you. All that shows is that you was just a plant from the beginning. You know what I mean? And that's not even, I don't want to direct that fully to him. This is fully to a lot of people.
Right.
You understand? A lot of people only have names because they had jobs. It didn't mean they was capable of the job. It just mean they had the job.
They had the alley-oop.
They had the alley-oop.
And it was a different time back then.
They worked at the Sauce, the XXL, MTV. They worked at
King
all these
Magazine,
different
like
companies.
old
and
publications.
I'm not saying that some of these dudes are good and got good over time. Some of them ain't good at all and ain't did nothing to push the culture forward.
No, I think what you're saying right
to change the culture, to push it forward.
Right there is that old gatekeeper shit.
Yeah.
That I thought this podcast realm could and the blog realm and social media and everything that was new media could somehow just throw it down and break it apart. The gatekeepers and how old media basically retrenched itself. And that's what they did. Old media retrenched itself inside the podcast game. Old media.
You know what happened? You know what happened with podcasts? It's the same thing that happened with music. And what happened was people didn't realize what was going on. And this is why I knew Designer was going to do what he did when the labels was like, oh, but it's cool, but it sounds like Future. I'm like, it don't matter, nigga. They didn't understand this. Now, what I'm saying is this, right? If I like hip-hop music and I live in New York, I got to listen to Hot 97 or 105. Now, let's say I don't like Ebro or Charlemagne. But I'm forced to listen to this because I like hip-hop music. With podcasts, I get to go listen to who I want to listen to.
Right.
So you could program your radio station with these 15 songs all you want to. I want to go listen to Chance the Rapper. I want to go listen to Trill Sammy, you know what I mean? I want to go listen to this dude over here.
You can DVR your playlist now.
This is my shit. I'm listening to what I want to listen to. I'm not forced to listen to what radio programmed me to listen to. This is why records sold so much before. Right. Was because you was programmed, and guess what? They was only putting out a certain amount of albums. Before, the old head was telling you, no, Designer can't come out because he sounds like Future. The internet is telling the old head, yes, he can, nigga.
Right.
We go past you. We all like this.
Right.
What you gonna tell a million people?
Right.
You can't tell them nothing.
But
before it was a gatekeeper. It was like, no.
Now niggas going underground.
But I'm saying that the gatekeepers
Going around
still
and above them.
have that machine behind them, which allows them to retrench themselves into these other platforms, these other forums. So the gatekeepers have this machinery behind them that says, "Oh shit, people are fucking with these weblogs like that. All right, boom, let's create a site. Let's create weblogs for XXL. Let's create weblogs for Source." And then old media says, "Oh, wait a minute, this podcast wave is really popping. All right, let's put our machinery behind this, so that way we still can control the content, or at least have our control in this wave that's really being picked up." All I'm saying is that, man, listen, I'm happy to be here, but old media is still around, still trying to control what the fuck we deal with, what the fuck we hear. And old media, you know them from who they were before.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about podcasts, and I tell people like this all the time, that's why I shout out a lot of podcasts, because if somebody like Tax gets a deal with NBC for a podcast, just say, or gets on TV because of a podcast, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like he's opening lanes for us, even if he came later than me in the game.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it. But some people, I feel like they look at it as they took a loss. And that's the problem. That's why I say we need to champion this whole podcast game. You do whatever you do. But in my mind, I'm just saying, if you win and win big, even before anybody else, even including myself, what you were doing is open up lanes for people like myself.
But niggas don't understand that. I said this in the very beginning. I said I don't have podcast beef. When people ask me, should they do a podcast? I say, go ahead, because you don't know what's going to hit or what's going to miss. I'm never going to tell a nigga not to take a chance. You understand what I'm saying? Secondly, nigga, this is a new industry. It's only, 12 years old? Because I got top podcast 10-year list 2 years ago. So now this year, this is what I tried to explain to these dumb niggas from the beginning, when niggas started all this fake podcast beef and we're number one. And then, listen, what I was trying to explain to them is that, nigga, we cannot be battling each other because we ain't nowhere in the top. All of us. So what just happened? They just dropped the list. None of us is on it.
Joe Rogan got it on.
We ain't there, nigga. So who are we battling?
Right.
The fuck is wrong with you niggas? This is what I was trying to explain.
Battle to the bottom.
Who are we battling?
Pod crabs in a barrel.
You talking about the bottom of the bottom is having a battle? Like, that shit don't even make sense.
I mean, think about it. Think about how many hours is in a day. How many days is in a week? How many podcasts are really out there that you're gonna fuck with? We need more podcasts as it is.
Yeah,
we need more. There is no battle. There's no, man. Listen, everybody could put a podcast out this week, and I still have 7 more days to listen to podcasts. I'd have Tax, Pete, Nori, Combat,
Newlyweds.
Oh, nah, I ain't recording.
Oh, wait, what happened?
So now I've got 6 hours, 8 hours worth of podcast. You know what I mean? And I got 6 more days left and 16 more hours of time to listen. So we need much more content.
Yeah, why
you know what I
not?
mean? We need
Push
much
the
more
fucking culture forward, nigga. That's all I've been about. I never wanted to hate on nobody with nothing. When I pushed music, when I did everything, it was about, let's push the culture forward. Let's turn the corner. Let's make some new avenues for this shit.
And see where it
That's all
goes.
it ever was about.
Yeah.
And how do you find? I'm sorry,
go ahead.
How do you find like new talent and stuff, like, because you have your fingers on the pulse, but where do you find these people?
Well, I just be paying attention. I'm a weird nigga. I'll go to a person's page. I'll go in their comments. I'll go through their comments.
Such a
and
Leo.
I'll go through every person's comments, and I'll go to everybody's page. And then I'll go through your likes. I'll do the same thing. I'll find weird people, different states, different countries. And I just see shit, and I just grab them up. Like, I be laughing right now. I be seeing BK Tidal Wave everywhere. And, I had on my show in the very beginning. You know what I mean? Like, at least 2-3 episodes with her because I just knew who she was. Like, I had a Cardi B episode in the very beginning, and people, like, this is when, like, like she wouldn't even have that many followers.
She didn't even have a T-fix yet.
Maybe. Nah,
she wasn't even on the show yet.
Nah, hell no. She wasn't on none of that.
That's what she was doing, those Instagram videos and just being real funny.
Yeah, but I just seen it, and I always told people, I'm like, man, you got to respect people that's living their truth. And she's a person that live their truth. I respect everybody that's living their truth. That's why when I find that super gay nigga that's living his gay ass truth, yo, come on the show. Like I had Controversy on the show, a gay rapper. He from my hood.
Oh, I heard of him.
He's openly gay. The nigga be having the wild makeup on, and he'll fuck you up and clap you. Now, I put him on the show because this nigga was living his truth. Living his truth in his raps, living his truth. I fuck with the real niggas. I had Slim Jesus on my show because he did a video and said, I'm not gangster, I am acting. I'm doing this shit because I think it's sell and I like rapping. I said, bring this nigga on the show. Because you black cornball, dirty, ashy lip niggas not gonna get on screen and say that, and that's what the fuck you doing. You doing the same shit, but niggas want to look at the white boy talking about, oh, that nigga ain't no gangster. Nigga, that nigga look like Dylan Roof. Nigga, he might be.
Yeah, right?
Fuck you talking about?
Yo, you know, from the last time we seen you on the show, I mean, a lot has changed in the sense of success. And I know me and Dallas know from doing podcasts for a long time, and I know Miss Lissa has to be seeing a lot of that over the years, how it opens up amazing doors for you. Like, real talk, like, you know, we spoke about being locked up and coming home and not knowing what to do and stuff like that, and then if it's amazing where your voice has taken you.
Yeah.
From think about it. So what I'm saying is, how amazing has that been? Because I know you probably don't get a chance to talk about that on your show in the sense of, like, you know, a lot. But how amazing has that been to open up doors for you? And that what hasn't opened up?
Well, you know, when you sitting there and you tweeting and you call Jay-Z your dad, and, like, you know, I was doing it like Jay-Z birthday just passed, and I was like, yo, what y'all waiting for Jay-Z birthday and shit like that. But, like, I met the nigga, so I know the nigga now. But the thing is that I was doing this shit for years on Twitter, but I didn't know this nigga. So when he's sitting there and he telling you about some shit you did last year, you know what I mean, on Twitter, you like, oh shit, this nigga like been watching me. I was calling this nigga my pops. You know what I mean? And for him, for a nigga like him, for the status and stature that he had, to be like, yeah, because I heard when you said on this episode that, you know what I mean? I'm like, nigga, Jay-Z was listening to me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
All that makes you want to do is just come in the studio and record like 50 episodes straight.
Yo, that shit was like the craziest shit to me. I was like,
that's steroids.
You know what I mean? So just little shit like that, and then meeting him and putting up 1 7-clip Snapchat video from him, and white people treating me like I was a king for even meeting that nigga.
Right.
That's when I knew. I'm like, holy shit, that shit done took me somewhere else. Niggas got me scared. I was in L.A. People coming up to me that been in the game for years like, so how was it? I'm like, what?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Were you nervous?
What? When you met Jay. And I'm like, well, he was cool. Yo, I'm telling you, I really didn't know. The nigga was so cool. I didn't know I met Jay-Z for a couple weeks. It didn't hit me till a couple weeks later, like, yo, I was listening to some of his albums. I said, holy shit, this the nigga. I've been listening to this shit for years, you know what I mean? Like, this the nigga, but the nigga was mad regular, you know what I mean? So it was like, but to see how other people looked at this nigga and to see how other rappers that I'm thinking is big in my head, and I'm meeting them and they like, yo, so how the nigga Jay was? And I'm like, what? Like, hey, ain't that your colleague, nigga? Like, you know what I mean?
Hold on for a second. Here's the real question, Tax. How have people around you changed? I'm talking about you're going to be the same nigga. You're going to fight to be the same nigga. How have people around you changed where now you like, oh, shit. And you go back home and you look at yourself and like, am I fucking...
Well, no, not so much the people, the immediate people around me, because I think everybody really know me. I got a strong ass personality, so I feel like everybody know me and they know how to act around me, and they ain't really. But it's like weird people that I didn't really fuck with like that. They acting weird. Like a nigga like sent me some crazy shit in the inbox, like, yo, nigga, to see you moving like this with me, a nigga you grew up with, and I like really had to think about like, yo, nigga, I really grew up with you. I really don't know your last name. So I really couldn't have grew up with you. You know what I mean? And you sitting here demanding some shit from me that I ain't get to give my immediate niggas yet. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't get to put my immediate niggas on. How dare you come over here talking about what I ain't do for you? You know what I mean? So it get kind of weird in that sense and shit like that, because I can't do nothing for a nigga but smack the shit out of him. You know what I mean? That's the point that I'm at in my life right now.
So masochists line up.
I think social media automatically puts us in a lane where we think people are already there when they're still getting there. You know, I tell people all the time with Combat, when we did the J. Cole episode, Through the Roof, he didn't do many interviews. Then we did Chuck D right after that, then LL. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I was working a bakery route. I was telling people I work in a bakery route. I got done from doing the episode 4 hours with Chuck D. Put on fucking a white shirt. Went to the bakery. Motherfuckers like, yo, Pete, grab your semolina bread. I was like, what the fuck? I was just with Chuck D.
Go get your shine box.
But exactly. But what I'm saying is, it's a process. Like you said, I didn't even get to put my immediate people on.
But I feel like just the perception that people are getting now from Twitter, from Instagram, from social.
That's why I don't like taking pictures, man. People be really getting mad at me because they be like, yo, what's up with you? You be on like, you don't never want to take pictures, because the thing is that when you take pictures around the type of people that these people think is influential and rich or whatever the fuck it might be, that should start to rub off on you. They start to think you that too.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, I ain't that, nigga.
Right.
I ain't never tried to front for nobody. I've had friends, immediate close friends, that had Bentleys, Lamborghinis. I could have been fronting my whole life if I wanted to. I could have been that nigga on Instagram. But I can't be that nigga because I ain't that nigga. I'm not doing that.
But you also built a fan base, and that's something I think that is in pause, but it's hard to swallow. You know, and I'm gonna tell you because, you know,
legit pause.
You come from a point where you know, and I don't know you from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But maybe people weren't looking to take a picture with you. Think about it. Like you didn't. People weren't looking up to you.
No. I don't do that to people.
No. I don't mean that. No,
I'm talking about these industry niggas. I don't be wanting to take no pictures.
No,
with
I
these
get
niggas.
that. But what I'm saying is,
they don't even like you. They be, I love what you're doing. Let's take this flick. I'm like, nigga, stop lying.
That's for their page.
Right.
That's the big homie. He fucking with the movement.
Stop playing with me.
No, that's the best. That's the best.
That's for their page.
Only better than that is, yo, let's build.
Yo, let's build.
Let's build never have a check attached to it.
When someone says let's build, I'm like, okay, we will never talk again.
Some nigga the other day hit me and Barclay started going in like, yo, because you know I fuck with The Rock because of J Electronica. I said, yo, my nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And I don't talk to niggas like that in the street.
Yeah.
But this is how you know this nigga had to keep bothering me. He kept bothering me. He came back. He was like, yo, let's flick it up. I was like, yeah, all right. Took the flicks, left again. Meanwhile, I met this nigga about 4 or 5 times. This DJ ZD man. I'm like, what the fuck you keep telling me about the fucking Rock? I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck, nigga. That's why you see I don't got no hat on today, right? I said, let me take this Rock Nation hat off, son. Niggas gonna leave me the fuck alone. Don't come up to me talking about Just Blaze, your cousin, nigga.
Shout out to Just Blaze. Yo, but it, it takes, I think the world sees social media and assumes things. They think that you're well off, you're okay. They don't realize you're still a work in progress.
I'm broke, nigga. I just started getting legal money. What the fuck is wrong with you, nigga? I don't know nothing about this shit.
but it's an inspiration and it's good for people to see that, but to understand, Dallas always says, you do one good thing, do another, and I always live by that. I always live that, like, you pulled out the Meek Mill episode. Okay, great, but what's next? And
just know, old motherfuckers, because y'all the only motherfuckers that be sitting there watching in the tree like hawks and shit. Just know I got something for that ass. 2017 is you should know, and you niggas should retire. You know what I mean?
Well, or they could just take up another profession, like, in casino, they made Robert De Niro food and beverage commissioner. You know what I mean? Just change it up.
With the food and beverage.
Yeah, too much
flossing.
Too much Sam Rossing. You know what? Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Internet's Taxstone in the fucking building. Dallas Penn in the building. You listen to the Premium Pete Show.
Pussies.
Miss Listen knows. We here. Be right back.
Fuck Premium Pete fans.
Cheer.
Hi, this is Mr. Gibaldi, Pete's father. okay? He beats Russian father. And I just want to let you know you're listening to the Premium Pete Show with Miss Lisa Knowles. And my son, very, very proud of him for following his dreams and making sneakers and food.
Internet, and we're back. Listen, Tex, be safe, though. Okay? Yeah. It's something you say all the time. It's funny. I feel like I find myself saying it, and when I tweet it, I'll put, like, Taxstone voice. Like
even that girl, Tomi Lahren, tweeted it.
Yeah, be safe, though. What was that about? Why did she write be safe, though?
Me and her got the same agent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a fucking agent now, motherfucker?
Well, you know, I've been through a lot.
Are you being serious or is this sarcasm?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, is your agent God? Because God is my publisher.
So your agent told her to write be safe, though? Because it seemed like, really?
Yeah, it was.
So, yo, let me tell you something.
Charlemagne?
It is.
Nah, it wasn't him. You know, and I thought it was him at first. When I first seen the picture, I said, this nigga stupid. But he went to prove to me that he was like, yo, my nigga, she wrote this shit in an email last month and sent me the screenshot of the email, and she ended her email with hashtag be safe, though.
How do you feel about her?
I don't feel no way about that bitch. You know, like, you know, people, you know, I feel like people gave this bitch too much.
Yeah.
Even me included. I spoke to Jay-Z about her like this. You understand what I'm saying? My clip that I did was a 14-year drug dealer. He responded to on a record. I feel like we all built this bitch. Like, people keep saying she has 60 million followers, but yeah, she has 60 million followers that we did not know about. A whole bunch of racist people that was watching her, because guess what? We the only ones that put that bitch on our social media. We put her on our Instagrams, on our Twitters, on our Facebook. The white people was watching her. Maybe support her. They can't support her out loud because they can't be out loud racist. You understand what I'm saying? We built that bitch. I keep telling y'all that. We crossed that bitch over. The bitch was Justin Bieber, and we put Lil Wayne on her track. You understand? What niggas did with Tomi Lahren, she trolled niggas. She came after two black cultural icons, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and the Beehive launched this bitch into black motherfucking world. You understand? Black Twitter, black social media, and we kept this bitch going, and we gave this bitch more credit than she needed because the bitch never really said any facts. She was just being very bold about it and saying it aggressively to the point the niggas was like, I can't believe this racist. But it was like, yo, listen, nigga, let this bitch speak. Speak as much as possible, because guess what? She's speaking for about 60 million people that feel the same way. Now, granted, a lot of people might not feel the same way. They might be watching it, but granted, a big amount of those people are watching that shit and they support it. You understand? That's why her voice needs to be heard. Niggas talking about giving her a platform. Let that bitch speak every day. I was about to have a fucking KKK dude on my show in August, so that's why I kind of felt crazy when people was wilding on her and Charlemagne. I'm like, nigga, I was about to bring the KKK nigga on my show.
Jerry Springer used to do it all the time, and he's Jewish.
I want to speak to these niggas. Like, I want to know who hate me. I want to know why.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could sit there, just like I said, you could sit there in front of a racist and change that nigga mind.
Right.
Not that you here in the world to change anybody's mind, because I don't give a fuck what you don't like, nigga. I don't care what nobody don't like. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You people deal too much with trying to get people. When you say shit like, oh, she called Michelle Obama a monkey, she should get fired. You know what? I don't think that bitch should get fired for that. I think that's her opinion.
Right.
Racist or not.
Right.
That's her opinion.
And it's the only way you're going to see it.
You cannot pacify racism. So now you fire this woman for that. That ain't going to stop her from being racist.
Right.
You trying to create a law, it's just not going to work. You can't end racism with people are taught that shit. They brought up to be scared of you. You brought up to be scared of the dog. I walk in the man crib, the dogs is barking. I walk right up in the motherfucker all regular. He like, what the fuck? I'm like, nah, I ain't scared of them fucking dogs. You know why? Because a dog ain't going to beat me. I got willpower to live, so that's why I know this dog cannot beat me. You know what I mean? That's why I got confidence when I walk in a room full of humans that's talking shit about me. I'm like, nigga, I got willpower to live.
The other thing you really discussing though is black people, man. Y'all gotta stop being fucking. I'm speaking for myself.
Black women,
black.
Let me throw this in, but not to cut you off, but to cut you off. Black women who said niggas was with her because she looked good. I swear to God, I didn't know that bitch looked good. I didn't even know what the bitch looked like.
Does she look good?
No, she just looked regular to me. She just looked like a regular white chick.
With makeup on.
when they said she was some beautiful, I said, what the fuck? I didn't even know. I never even looked at her in that type of light.
That's more that victim shit, though. That's the victim shit I'm talking about. That black people are quick to be a victim. They're quick to be like, oh, he says some racist shit, or he's like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, he says some racist shit. Good. Now we know that, and now we can put them, we can keep them in that place. We know where they are, but the black people just be ready to be a victim of somebody else's thought.
No, want to be a bitch. I call it, that's why I was going in on the other day on Twitter. I was like, yo, pussy ass black people, y'all pussy. And I kept saying it because we are. As a people, we are some pussy motherfuckers. I don't care how gangster and how prideful and all this shit. Like, man, stop it. I was offended because a bitch called me a coon because I said something about, what? I'll have Tomi Lahren on my show. So she called me a coon. I said, yo, let me explain something to you, bitch. I'm the blackest nigga you could meet. And what I mean by that is that I've been black everywhere, in every situation, been black, been standing up, being black. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I did this everywhere, nigga. Injuries, broken ribs, you understand, with racist cops, like, never holding it down. That's why out of all the black cases with the cops, the Sandra Bland case touched me the most.
Me too.
You know why? Because Sandra Bland was just talking, not even getting aggressive, just talking. And what people don't understand is that a lethal mouthpiece could cause a mental breakdown in a weak motherfucker. You understand?
Most
and that's what happened with them. She broke them niggas down mentally with her mouth to the point that they had to do something to her, like, you bitch. You understand? And I've done that. So I knew what she was capable of when I heard her, because I heard the passion, and you could still hear the intellect in what she's saying. So when you being truthful and you got some passion to you and you're not afraid, a motherfucker gonna want to transgress against you. So I always understood that because I've been through so much with being black and dealing with police officers and certain shit, you know what I mean? For instance, I spoke about how a cop used to false arrest me, put crack on me, lock me up, steal from me, like literally see me pull a 30 out of his back pocket. Yo, this yours? Campbell, this yours right here? What? Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? That ain't mine. A snub-nosed 38. That ain't mine, my nigga. All right, well, this is mine, and just take my money and walk away.
Oh,
you understand? So I talked about this shit in the interview. I said, yo, I called internal affairs on that nigga. That's a fact. That nigga never fucked with me again. Because, see, I didn't know. I thought internal affairs because I just told him about the times. I'm like, yo, this nigga was violating me. Every time he'll lock me up, he'll fuck me up. But I would get the motherfucking assault on the officer. He'll fuck me up and then give me those. I get the assault on the officer, know what I mean? So I went to internal affairs to tell on the nigga. They said, we don't deal with that. We deal with money. And I said, oh, the nigga been robbing me too. You know what I mean? And they was like, oh, really? When? You know what I mean? And then, long story short, nigga stopped fucking with me. Now I got some weird blogger nigga talking about Tax is a secret agent. Yeah, that's who you gonna need too, the secret agent.
People calling you secret agents now?
Yeah, you know niggas be 63 years old and they be thinking they young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They be thinking they young still and they be dealing with old shit. Nigga got a blog site, nigga shit is called DVD. Like, there you go. You lost already. You lost already, my nigga.
It's a toaster called
You lost
microwave.
already. You might as well be 8-track.
Yo, what does be safe though mean though?
Be safe though.
Because I know you did a website, and I think you're gonna do some more things with it, right?
Oh yeah, be safe though is a collective. You know, for me, be safe though now is just a phrase for black people, man, and just oppressed people. You know what I mean? You know, we always said that phrase coming up, like, yo, be safe, you know, when you leaving, because niggas' neighborhoods was rough. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure people who didn't really grow up in too rough of a neighborhood probably didn't have to say that quote. But you know, where we come from, you might get your head bust, your pocketbook snatched, your something,
sneakers
your ass groped, you know what I mean? Some weird shit going on in the neighborhood. Yeah, your sneakers taken, real shit. At some point, you could definitely get your sneakers taken. So be safe, though, started as some sarcastic shit. You know what I mean? That I said to somebody. I just was basically telling them, like, yo, I just gave him a good word of advice. And I was like, yo, man, be safe, though. Like, that's all I'm going to say to you. It's just a short form of you should watch yourself before you die. So, I started saying be safe though with everything, and then it just became a sarcastic phrase. I would see somebody do some dumb shit and I would be like, be safe though. You know what I mean? I just started saying it, but now it's a website that I'm starting. It's gonna be a lot of original content on it, a lot of black content, especially content that these white corporations won't pick up because they don't feel like it could sell, or they don't feel like, you know what I mean, it's a demographic for it, or they just don't feel like it get money. Because they'll put whatever the fuck on that motherfucker if they think they can make money.
Right.
You know what I mean? If Flavor Flav decide to come back on there and get his nipples sucked for the next 5 years and they think it's gonna sell, Flavor Flav is gonna be back on TV.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So
Shout out to all the people getting their nipples sucked.
yeah, shout out to all them people. I'm not really into that. I'm just I'm in the Spanish olives and things like that.
I
You ever
love
get shot?
Spanish
You ever get shot,
olives.
Tex? You ever get shot?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. Yo, Dallas, you got shot before too, right?
Man, listen.
How do we go from being
through my
safe to
arm.
getting shot?
Niggas went from Spanish olives to you ever
You
been
got shot, right? Like what?
What happened, Dallas, when you got shot, man?
Man, listen. Me and my guy are coming out of Sound Factory.
God damn, when was this?
Sound
1990, 91. I have to go back and look. It's 90 or 91, but we're coming out of Sound Factory. It's a weeknight. Just, selling some whack shit. Selling some grams, whatever.
Powder?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Easy enough. And walking through Chelsea projects. And drunk, had a little bit of bread, not really paying any mind, and see a group of kids and just young niggas who wanted to get paid. And all I remember was this nigga pulls this, it's me and my man, and they surround us. And I'm like, all right, that's about to be on. And this nigga pulls this shit out, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's really on. And I start to run. Like, I put my hands up, like no. I start to run, and then clap. And, like, boom, I'm running. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm running so hard, I don't even realize that my arm is like, dangling.
Oh shit.
So we hop in this cab, and I'm like, okay, now I feel this pain. And I'm like, oh, shit, my arm's fucked up. I got shot. I'm bleeding through my jacket. Get to the hospital and take my coat off. And when you pull the coat off this arm, the shit stretched out like Mr. Fantastic. Both the bones was ripped through. And then, boom, I blacked out.
So it's one of those, like, you got so much adrenaline rushing, you don't even fucking feel that shit.
So much shit going on. I mean, niggas yelling at each other. Like, nigga, fuck you. What? No, fuck that. No, nigga, fuck you. Oh, nigga got a gun. Oh, no, fuck. Nah, chill. Get the fuck out of here and just start running. And, damn, that was the worst.
Did they get the bullet out, or you still have it in you?
Nah, it was just bone shattered.
Damn.
Bone shattered. Some fragments, but both bones shattered. They hooked me up. They put a metal plate on both the bones. Okay. Fixed it up. Did a good job.
Put some iridium or ruthenium in there.
I don't think they went all out like that.
What about you, Tex?
I couldn't afford that.
Why you gotta take people
Last
back
time
to
I
the
got
week?
shot, I got shot. Yeah, I got shot leaving a barbecue.
Oh, you got shot more than once?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got shot leaving a barbecue. I never reported it because I was on parole. And you get shot on parole.
They'll come to the hospital. They'll lock you.
So what did you do?
I just held it down. I took the bullet out my arm.
With a tweezer?
You took the bullet out yourself?
No,
okay.
I did myself.
Be quiet. You said with your mouth?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
word of mother.
Oh,
I had
shit.
niggas there with me. You know my man Vox.
You like Terminator. You Taxminator.
Yeah, sometimes.
You just be taking out bullets and stuff, drinking green juice, eating. Okay.
Does that make me
Eating
sexy?
bullets.
Niggas.
Eating bullets.
Not to me.
I was like on my forearm. It was a little bullshit, little whack 380. But
Was it meant for you, or was this like a
I don't
wrong
know.
place, wrong time?
I don't know, yo. I really don't know. Nigga just walked up to the car. Like, nigga was on the phone and shit, like, by the car we was about to
Like
get in.
Belly, he did you like that?
And he was, like, on the phone. Like, he was talking to somebody, like, yeah, da-da-da-da-da. And then we got in the car, and as soon as he started the
First of
shit
all,
up,
bullshit
he walked right
380s.
up.
380s was the shit that was killing more. Because niggas didn't have 9s yet. Niggas had 380s. And 380s
Or
was
22s,
killing.
and 22s isn't too much.
No, I mean,
I don't know any of these numbers.
but 380s was killing enough niggas in the 90s.
But you know, 380s was shout out to my son. 380s was hitting niggas in the head, and they was living too.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. The Desi will blow part of it. But cats get hit in the head. Cats do get hit in the head and still, you know.
Word.
What does that do
Still
for your
carry on.
mental, like being shot? Does that like put you into like a traumatic state where you're kind of like paranoid, or you just go right back to regular life, or how
The
do you
first
get
time
back
I
to
got
regular
shot, I
life?
definitely was paranoid. The second time, I wasn't. The first time I was though. Like I was.
No, I'm not trying for a
I
second.
thought I got set up and nobody set me up.
Yeah.
I seen the nigga smack them and got shot. I'm sitting there thinking I got set up. I'm like, niggas lying to me. I'm like, nobody lying to you, nigga. You did that shit.
I used to think I was a wolf, and then I learned that you could be a wolf, but throw a wolf in the ocean where there's some sharks, and what does that wolf do?
Get eaten.
Right. So I mean, like you can be a wolf, but
you
but
out of
be
your element,
but be
then.
out of your environment,
Yeah.
and then boom, you know what I mean?
That's why you got to own every environment you're in. I always tell niggas, you know, a lot of niggas be having mouth, but they mouth is not even confidence. They don't believe they mouth.
Right.
You understand? Only a motherfucker that believe they mouth is gonna be sure wherever he go. You know what I mean? These niggas be just talking. They not sure. You know what I mean? They
Or
get
tweeting,
places.
or tweeting.
Yeah, they get places and they unsure themselves. You know what I mean? They very unsure because they ain't sure.
Right.
You
Have
know-
you ever held your tongue,
Nah.
or ever had a
It's
moment where
been me
you?
my whole life. They got videos of me now. The dude, I think the dude that shot me is the nigga who put the video out, right? I used to make these videos called Swagger Report when I was younger. And it was about niggas that I violated. It was about niggas I shot. It was about niggas that I ain't like in my neighborhood. And I used to do this back in the days
Where
before
would these videos
Twitter.
go?
This was like MySpace. This was before MySpace. YouTube was out.
But wait, let me
Back
ask you
then,
something.
I was a YouTube nigga back then.
From one Brooklyn dude to another,
Yeah.
especially at that time. Why would you put something out that would possibly incriminate yourself?
I was young, nigga.
No, I know what you're saying, but we live by the code of like,
No,
like you
nigga,
know how we spoke.
My OGs was official. They used to be pissed at me. Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
You just was a live
What
wire.
are you doing on here? But then they'll watch the videos and be crying and be asking me for another one. Like, yo, you gotta make another one. The same niggas who
see
know
that.
this shit is wrong.
I can see
Like,
that.
Where's
shit
part
is
2, my
hilarious.
nigga?
Young M.A. Pops, shout out to Dubois. Yeah, I'm telling you, word of my mother, these is niggas. They used to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yo, you take that shit down. And then they'll see it and be like, yo, you gotta do another one, my nigga. I can't believe this shit. I'm crying. So, like, it was just some funny shit. I always been a funny nigga, you know what I mean? So it was about dudes that I violated. So now the video surfaces back up and then it says, video of Taxstone after he got shot. You know what I mean? That's how I knew. I'm like, this
how
gotta
you know
be the
it's
nigga
after?
who shot me. He looking for some fame again.
Yeah,
He's so pussy. He won't even come out and say he shot me. That's how he's scared now. That nigga shot me in 06. He's scared to say it in public.
He's trying to get views. You know another thing. When Charlamagne was on the show, he was talking about how he doesn't want people to do things for him. He wants to be able to do things with people. Meaning, like, you know how people are like, yo, I'll fuck somebody up for you. Like, nah, let me try to put you in a position to win. Hey, don't worry about all that. Like, you know, how about I make you a security instead of trying? You know what I mean? Shit like that. And when he was speaking was some real truth. So I say that to say this. You know, you spoke about being involved in gangs as a young kid, but getting out of it. And even me, from my time locked away, knowing tons of Bloods and Crips and all these other people. And I saw a lot of young dudes, foul kids. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, from your experience, how worth it is it to be in a gang? And how worth it is it to be even blood? Because if people aren't supportive of each other, then what are you doing it for?
Well, it's not worth it at all. I'll tell any nigga that's in a gang. And I feel like, especially in New York, I could speak to any nigga that's in a gang and make him not want to be in the gang. You know what I mean? I feel like after I speak to a nigga or any kids they not going to want to be in the gang no more. When I really break it down to them what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because when I was in the gang, I was a gang leader. I wasn't really you know what I mean?
Little
I wasn't. Yeah. So I understand it. But see, the thing was with me is the same thing as Charlamagne said. I never was the dude that would use dudes. I wouldn't be like, go over here and do that, go over here and do that. That never was me. It was we going over here to do this. And I was always front line, you know what I mean? So that was the whole difference. Even when I emerged like on the internet and like people was like, yo, who is this nigga? And they just letting him say anything. And it's like, what you mean letting me? They ain't got no choice. Fuck you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? I just chilled out for them, you know what I mean?
Wait.
So
Yeah.
but the gang shit, it makes no sense whatsoever. Because you got dudes. These dudes are macho. Like, even when you think about shit that we brag about. That's why I don't really be on no, I was that nigga in jail or this nigga or that nigga. Because that shit is whack.
Right.
I ain't give a fuck who you was in jail.
Yeah.
You was
in jail.
more macho than the other macho niggas. Like, that shit is corny. When you think about it, I had to really sit there and I thought about the niggas that was like them niggas in jail that I fucked with. A lot of niggas I got love for, still got love for to this day. But I see these niggas in civilization and they're nobody. You understand? Niggas is nobody in their household.
Right.
Or the
They
community.
might get kicked out.
Right.
But they controlling 30, 40, 50, 200, 300 little niggas in 3 different states.
Right.
That they could get to go do a crime. That'll get them life. That they can't even help them with a lawyer.
With the lawyer or-
anything.
or aftercare.
You understand? It make you be like, what the fuck? See, me, I always thought I was tougher than everybody in the gang anyway.
Right.
So I think that's how I became a leader, because I was like, what? Fuck y'all niggas. I'm not listening to nothing y'all saying. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers just having to roll with it or not roll with it. And they just like, well, I'd rather him be my friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, then. So when I had to think about it from then, like, this gang shit is weak. You know, because even with that, even if I was, you know, some dude that was some dangerous dude or malicious dude, right? You in the gang, you supposed to be just as malicious or dangerous as the next man or whatever the fuck it might be. But the case is you not. You only as strong as their strongest nigga. You understand? So what happens is that when I'm around, nobody will never say nothing to me about my set. But they'll tell you everything. They'll tell you everything. They'll tell you, I'll never hear this out no nigga mouth. But to you, it's because you weak. You understand? And when people see weaknesses within your shit, it's all weak. I remember one nigga, James Cruz' little brother, Wilson Cruz. We grew up together. And this nigga wanted to join the gang, and I brought him home. And the nigga came in the gang. It was the funniest shit ever. One of the big homies was talking to a girl outside the car. He was like, yo, what are you doing talking to that woman like that? Yo, you're married. He was like mad serious. And I always told niggas, you know, because I grew up in like the pimping neighborhood, East New York, Pennsylvania Avenue, where the track was heavy. And I always tell niggas, I always judge niggas by how they dealt with women in the street. Like, I never wanted to be too cool with a nigga to love this girl too much. You understand? Because niggas make crazy decisions when they in places like police precincts, when they love their girl too much.
Right.
Or when they love their kids too much. You gotta actually, to be a street nigga, you gotta be a neglectful nigga. Sure. So that's why I be knowing niggas don't be street niggas either when they do certain things. I be like, he love his son too much. They go, your weakness. You understand what I'm saying?
With something to lose.
That's why you get, like, for instance, you know, I still got a lot of street habits, and I'm not in the street whatsoever. I'm a civilian now. If you look at social media, I got like 4 brothers. You ever seen them?
No.
Exactly. You ever seen my mother? You never seen nobody. You understand?
I heard she
Because
make good jerk chicken, though.
I deal, yeah, she do. I deal with them same rules. You understand? I look at the niggas that girls think is gangster, and I tell her, no, he's not. Your man is not gangster, because he's in the street doing things to people, and he's taking pictures with you.
Right.
He don't care about you, actually.
Right.
You should not want to take pictures with your man if you know what he doing out here. The thing is that your man have been getting opponents that he could roll over, and he just ain't meet the right niggas yet.
Right.
Because the right niggas will come to your job while you're administrative assistant and leave your motherfucking scrub sticky.
Yeah.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Scrub sticky.
Do you ever consider going into the schools and talking to the young children about like this type of things and transforming their thought process so they don't want to be in gangs?
What you said? Oh yeah, I definitely want to do that. No. Listen, I try to speak to these niggas as much as possible. Like any nigga, like I run through niggas. Like I just spoke niggas. That's why I tell you I know I could do it. I spoke niggas out of gangs that I grew up with, and gangs that still had the mentality. And when I had that conversation with them, these niggas done call me 3 days, a week later. Yo, my nigga, you was right. Mm-hmm. Because they knew the shit was wrong the whole time. Niggas got a thing with detaching themselves from shit. I don't care about detaching myself from no nonsense. If I know this shit could put me in jail every time, and it's been putting me in jail, and then when I get to jail, I still can't get money from that same gang.
Right.
What the fuck am I in this gang for?
Exactly. I think
I can't get help for y'all beefing. I can't get help from y'all not beefing. I can't get help from y'all getting money. I can't get help from y'all in church. Can't none of y'all jerk my dick. What are y'all good for?
Hey, there could be a blood girl.
I might as well be cool with my bitch. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
I look at it, like, I'll be honest with you, like, whatever you do in life, not meaning you, I'm talking about in general, I respect people. If they sell drugs, if they murderers, listen, God bless. I don't judge it. I don't judge anybody. But stupid shit drives me crazy. Making a community, to me, is doper than separating people.
Exactly.
Like, you know, like I see the Bloods, a lot of them, and I mean, I'm sure there's other gangs that do that. Like, they have that night where they start slicing people for initiation.
They still do that?
That shit.
I don't think they
No,
do
that
that
shit-
anymore.
no, hold up,
man.
Yeah.
No.
It really was.
Yeah.
That was propaganda.
They
was
say it was
propaganda.
Halloween. It was like
If-
old 31,
okay.
like
Okay, if
October
Propaganda.
31st. I'd
I
never.
was blood since back then. That shit was fake.
Okay, so then it was fake, but if people were running with that, to me, to do that is stupid shit. To slice somebody,
and it was,
for-
that's the thing. It was
for-
copycats and dudes that did it, and it was popping up, and they was making it seem like it was like, you know, I remember one point in New York, niggas see a red flag, niggas across the street.
Yeah.
Niggas just like, niggas' mothers ain't want them outside. My mother was like, you better not go outside with no red. I want to tell my moms I'm the leader.
when I was away, there was a big homie that ran a board set in there, and how he handled himself inspired me. He had a lot of young dudes around him. Keep in mind, a lot of these young blood dudes that affiliated with gang didn't have no fathers growing up, so they looked up to this kid, big homie. We used to go to school in jail. He used to say, "Let me see your report card." You know, call the kids over. You know, his kids, show them a report card and make sure that they put money in his commissary, his people. So he controlled all that. Like, yo, you got a good report card, put $100 in your commissary. And I like that. Like, these kids, like, they held down the jail in their part, but the point I'm making is he was trying to uplift people. And
you gotta teach niggas something, man. Niggas,
Yeah.
all niggas be wanting is some guidance, man. And that's why
That's
niggas
for
join
real.
gangs.
That's for
I
real.
thought
They
you
be wanting
stopped
to be a
saying
part
that
of
word.
something. What?
Nigga, I thought you.
No,
I thought beloved was like your way of not saying
it is,
nigga.
It is, but I still say nigga. I'm stoned. I'm striving to overcome negative
Okay.
energy. I'm striving.
Okay.
It's a long strive, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm getting out of that. But sometimes you got a nigga, like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta get a nigga out. So
Yo, when Brooklyn dudes started wearing Uggs.
oh man, here
Tell
you
me.
go with the
No,
nonsense.
when
I
Brooklyn
don't know
dudes
nothing
started
about
wearing
that
Uggs.
shit. I never seen.
Did you
no
look at
Brooklyn
anybody? You
niggas
never
in
seen no
Uggs.
Brooklyn? What?
Nah, I never seen.
Yo,
that.
Brooklyn dudes started wearing Uggs. They upset me. Hurt my heart, man. Hurt my heart, man.
The Uggs that look like the
Real Uggs, real woman Uggs, man. You know, anyway, I'm glad that we could bring an episode together with my brother Dallas, you know, out here being healthy, losing a lot of weight, kicking that diabetes in the ass, man, you know.
Selling weight.
Okay, selling weight. I
To the
respect that.
Kardashians.
And
they
even
put
with
it right in their ass.
even with Tax, just to just talk about certain topics and things that we think of, you know, and you know, I look at with Tax, I look at somebody like a fellow brother who's been away, came home, and you know, stay home and make something of himself, and so I'm always champion behind you, and I wish you the best of success always.
Period. P, you been locked up before?
Man, if no one knows that, here's the thing: people try to make fun of. Not saying you, but I'm saying people try to make fun of me for always talking about jail. To be honest with you, that shit is therapeutic for me. Talking about being away has always helped me stay home. I feel like, you know what I mean. When you talk about your situations that you had in jail, you don't feel like that helps you sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it. I wouldn't be where I was at right now if it wasn't for jail. I'd be dead, or I'll still be embedded in the streets because I wouldn't have learned certain things like patience. And patience is something that you learn in prison.
Yeah, you got that right. So listen, internets, we haven't forgot about I don't trust people. I'm gonna bring that back next episode. You know, we I don't trust people. Dope segment. Make sure. Listen, I don't trust PPL on Twitter. Who you don't trust, what you don't trust. Keep on tweeting that hashtag up, and we'll feature it on the show. If it's some good shit, I know fuck shit. But Dallas, you got what do you got coming up?
Oh, I ain't got shit coming up, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Good to see you, Premium Pete.
Oh, good to see you, man.
Good to meet you, Taxstone.
I'm good to see you,
Miss
healthy.
Lissa.
Al,
Looking good.
you know, dropping some weight, you know, getting ready for these cameras that's about to go on me
looking
in
delicious.
2017.
What do you got coming up, Tax? But no.
Be safe though.
Is that BeSafeThough.com?
Yeah, be safe though. Be safe though. Everything. Just don't be surprised when you wake up. Just be like, damn, yo, this black motherfucker is a sneaky son of a bitch.
You-
That's all I ever wanted to
you
be
sneaky
called most of my
motherfucker.
life. You sneaky son of a bitch.
All right, you ready?
I had to move in stealth preservation. You got some old culture vultures out here trying to suck the blood out of the youth. And I want you niggas to beware.
Internets, listen, subscribe, rate, tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll see you next episode. And
Be
Tax,
wary of the
listen,
ways of the world.
you're a son of a bitch.
Fuck you, Premium Peter.
Cheer. See you next
Internets.
episode.